One night, he decided to have 14 females show up at my house.
The girls from fucking Holland are actually at Madison's location right now on the first floor. Is anybody nearby? Like literally girls are at that address right now. Madison's place, waiting which door to go in.
All right, we are out in 5th Street in Playa del Carmen. And the other night, let me tell you a story here. I was with a nice young lady friend of mine, and we were trying to, meet some people and take them home with us for an after party, just to hang out, have a good time. And lo and behold, it didn't happen. My lady friend said to me, she said,
we went to the club, we hung out with them, and we had drinks and we danced, and then they just took the drinks and left. And I'm like,
yeah, that's what happens. They just take the drinks and they run away. That's what happens sometimes. It's not even your fault. She's like, but
how do you after party?
So today we're gonna talk about how to take people home for an after party. You can use this exact same thing for sales and coaching, dealing with people's objections. And you can also use it if you want to network and have an event of some kind. And as always, we have the white stallion board here of truth. It cannot be contained, it's wild, it's free, and we're gonna use this to break down some of the content that we have in the video today, all right? By the way, this all is part of my Influence Mastery program. It's coming on March 24th, so be on the lookout for that. So let's go to our friend here and observe the 3 keys that we gotta look at. Number 1 is the seating. Now, what is seating? It's presenting the idea that you could hang out later on, planting that idea, inception, so as it is. But you don't mention that idea at the beginning. A lot of people will wait to mention the idea of hanging out right at the end. It's like the end of the night, everybody's kind of like going at the door, and you're like, hey, do you want to go for pizza, have a after party? And it's like, well, they've kind of already made up their mind of what they wanted to do and do other things, and so you're seeming desperate by saying it out of the blue. It doesn't come off very well. A better idea, how seating's supposed to be, is what you actually do is you mention the idea earlier on. Somewhere in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the interaction, you say, you know what? We're actually not that far from here. It'd be really awesome to have an after party and hang out. We should totally do that. We got pizza and wine, the best view of the city. Anyways, where you guys stay? And you just kind of go with the conversation in that way. Because if you leave it to the last minute, it just doesn't work. So the friend that I was with, she forgot to seed the invitation to hang out. Now, how would this work for you in a coaching or business setting? Well, let's say you have a program you're selling, and that program costs $3,000. Well, if you just talk to the person all the way for an hour, and at the end you're like, by the way, the program is $3,000 right at the end, they're gonna be startled and shocked because you are just mentioning a price, boom, and dropping it on them. In marketing, we call that price conditioning, where you drip the idea of the price throughout the conversation. So in the beginning, you might say, some of my clients pay 15 to 20 grand for a one-on-one program where they learn how to change their lives and also change their own businesses they have, right? You can mention that, and that way when you drop the original price, it's at the end, the actual price is not that crazy because you seeded it along the way, all right? Next one here, leading. Oh boy, good old leading. Let's talk about leading for a second. Leading is probably the most important out of the 3. Quick story here. I had a student of mine, he was over in Berlin, okay? Great guy, really awesome guy. The friendliest guy ever. Wasn't a club promoter, but he had the same kind of vibe as if he was a club promoter. And the thing is, one night, he decided to have 14 females show up at my house.
The girls from fucking Holland are actually at Madison's location right now on the first floor. Is anybody nearby? Like literally girls are at that address right now. Madison's place, waiting which door to go in.
14 females, boom, 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 way outside my door. Now, that sounds like an amazing problem to have, but it actually sucked because out of those 14, he ended up seeing none of them later on. And the problem was he didn't lead them to the after party location. He just kind of just told them where it was, got them really excited about it, was friendly and cool with everybody, and they showed up, and then he wasn't even there. I wasn't there, and my assistant Steph wasn't there. We were all going to sleep. So, the situation is, it's like he can't take advantage of it. So leading is the act of leading somebody slowly to the after party. You might go for them for a drink at the bar. Then you say, you know what, I actually want to dance a little bit. You go dance for like 5 or 10 minutes. Then you say, you know what, this was a lot of fun. Let's go outside for some fresh air, for a smoke or a shisha or whatever, right? And you slowly lead them, and everywhere you've taken them has been great. They trust you so far. And then when it comes time to go to the after party, they want to also go with you because they trust your judgment as of now, up until this point. So what would that be? Leading in an influence situation for a business or coaching. It would be, well, you maybe give a free ebook, and then you get them on a call, and they enjoy the call, and they say, hey, try one of our digital programs, and they like it, and then everything's been great so far, and they've enjoyed it, so then they want to take it to the next level, and they want to get one of your programs that work with you, right? Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? You catch what I'm putting down? Right? I'm really trying to show you the relationship between social dynamics, influence, dating life, and how it relates to your career and your business, all right? Last but not least, defeating what is impeding. Defeating what is impeding. And I say this because it rhymes, right? I made this tantra up myself. Seating, leading, and defeating what's impeding. You're never gonna hear it anywhere else because this is like something I came up with to kind of make everything really easy to communicate. Rhymes help, you know? Dr. Seuss of social dynamics here. So when it comes to defeating what is impeding, what that means is everybody has challenges or obstacles, and whoever solves the problem gets the result. If you go out every single night, and what's the problem? I live far away. We have to wake up early tomorrow. We don't have taxi fare to get home. That's what the challenges they're having. And so every night you go out, and the problem is always the same. Imagine doing a math test. Let's just think about this. Imagine doing a math test where every time you do the math test, it's always the same 4 questions on the math test every single time, and you fail it every night. How is that even possible? Imagine having a sales call where the person has the same challenges every time. They don't have money, it's too soon, they need to talk to someone to make a decision. The same ones all the time, and you still can't come to some resolution, right? So basically, defeating what is impeding is the ability to say, what are not the objections? Objections are real, but what are the obstacles for that person to getting to the decision they want to make? So if somebody lives far away, I might say, hey, no problem. We're really close, and I'll call you an Uber later on, right? If we're going to after party. That's how I can solve that. If somebody has to wake up early in the morning, I might say, let's leave right now. Let's go right now. It's 10:30. That way you can still get home in time to be early, right? Now, somebody has a problem with when it comes to, let's say, a payment plan with a program. They don't have enough cash. You say, all right, listen, if you paid in full, obviously it's reduced in price, it's cheaper. If you paid in full right now, but you can do payment plans that are monthly. And they cost a little bit more because we got to chase it from the cash sometimes, but it costs a little bit more in administrative fees. But you know what? You can do that payment plan, and that's going to help you out. I'm here to make sure you guys get what you want, and nothing holds you back from being able to capitalize on getting the results you want, right? So that is defeating what is impeding. Take all these 3 and use them. You're now a Padawan. You're a Padawan in the Force. You know, now open your eyes to the matrix of what's been going on, of how you've always been failing. And I want to give this stuff to you so you can be successful. You know, today was a shorter video, just straight into the content. We're out here in the streets with a whiteboard, being crazy. I'm like dude with a sign. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to do it, just kind of be fun and outgoing and help you to understand the concepts that I'm explaining to you and really be able to make them tangible and take them into your life. It's been so long that we made a video about this, but I have lots of great content for you about this kind of topic, all right? If you want to learn more about how to have after parties and social dynamics and closing networking situations, I'm going to put a playlist up in the corner on influence. Go and check it out. It's absolutely free. It's going to take you further down this rabbit hole of knowledge and get you really, really G'd up, okay? So check out the playlist, and as always, keep in touch, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.